What's going on, guys? All right, chapter 12. We're almost done with the book, The Great Care Crisis. If you haven't already, make sure you get a copy. Amazon. It'll ship to your house in a day or two. Super easy read. You can read it, knock it out 45 minutes. Trust me, there is value in this book. It provides a lot of understanding and explanation and paints a vision for what the future could be. And I think what the future is going to be someday. So, that being said, guys, chapter 12, the new model. 6 months after the collapse, Washington, D.C. The Capitol was packed, not with lobbyists, not with cameras, but with families, caregivers holding up photos of their loved ones, some in wheelchairs, others holding framed portraits of those already gone. Elaine Brooks stood at the podium, papers in her hand, heart pounding in her chest. Behind her was the banner, the CARE Infrastructure Act, investing in dignity, resilience, and joy. For the first time, Adult Day was at the center of federal legislation. Her voice was clear, steady. We don't need more beds. We need more tables. We need more places where people gather, eat, laugh, remember who they are, and belong. We poured billions into emergency care, and we've ignored prevention. We built systems for illness, but not for humanity, and that ends today. A standing ovation. Across the country, a movement was taking shape. Adult day centers, long underfunded, overlooked, and misunderstood, were now expanding, replicating, and innovating. States introduced equitable funding models for adult day, recognizing its cost savings and outcomes. Hospitals and nursing homes implemented automatic referral systems to licensed adult day centers. Employers added adult day stipends to caregiver health benefit packages. Medicaid waivers fast-tracked access for those on long wait lists, and families began planning for adult day like they did for college savings or retirement. Jessica Alvarez's center became a model site, and not just for Florida, but for the nation. She now trained new directors on how to scale joy, routine, and purpose. Dr. Chen joined a national task force on reimagining discharge planning and presented a bold thesis that adult day isn't post-acute care, it is pre-crisis care. Tommy Reynolds launched a startup that integrated home health coordination with adult day participation, a hybrid model that closed the gaps. And Sarah, she found her voice speaking at conferences, mentoring new caregivers, and co-founding a nonprofit called Breathing Room to help working families access respite. One night, months later, they all gathered again, and not in DC, but at Palm Grove. There were members dancing to live music, of course. A Veteran of the Month was being recognized. Clara found purpose rolling silverware with precision. Other members were crying from laughter at the game table. Jessica looked around and smiled, and she said, This is what healthcare forgot. And Sarah added quietly, but not anymore. They called it the Great Care Crisis. History would record it as one of the greatest collapses of modern healthcare, but history would also remember what came next. Not just the pain, but the possibility. Not just the loss, but the love that rebuilt it all. It was never about just keeping people alive. It was about helping them live their best life. And the model that finally did it, Adult Day. The one solution that was misunderstood, overlooked, and underfunded quietly waited its turn. What was once long-term care's best kept secret is now a national revolution. Adult Day, baby! It's the future. Adult Day is the future of senior care. And if you want to learn more about why that is, go get a copy of The Great Care Crisis. This is the book I recently wrote. You can grab it on Amazon. You can get it on your Kindle. And soon, now that I've read through it a couple times, and I'm getting my speaking voice, my audible voice, it'll soon be available on Audible. But thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for those who actually tuned in and listened to some of these videos and got a little bits and pieces of the story. I appreciate you all. And again, if you haven't already, make sure you go get a copy of The Great Care Crisis. Why the future of long-term care starts with a forgotten idea. The best kept secret in senior care. What could it be? I don't know. Get a copy of the book to find out. See y'all in the next one. Peace.